which is equals to b1 value is -2 and b2 value is k, which is equals to then c1 upon c2. c1 value is 3 and c2 value is -6. Okay, so if you look at it to this fraction 3 upon -6, if I want to simplify, it should be -1 upon 2. If I take minus to the numerator, it will be -1 upon 2. Now what happens is, if you take k value is -4 here and substitute in any one of these equations, you will get it as -4 upon -8. So -4 upon -8, it is going to be +1/2. But third ratio is giving you as -1/2. So +1/2 is not equals to -1/2. That's why k value cannot be equals to -4. K value has to be +4. So this was the mistake most of you have done. I think only 2 students have written it correctly. +4.
Sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Next questions, I think everybody has done it
Sir,
correctly. Most of them.
Sir.
I don't know, this 10th question, they left 3-4 students did not even attempt only. We already
Sir.
discussed in the class. Do not leave any question without attempting it. At least you write what is given, what you assume.
Sir.
Okay, let the speed of the car is X,
Sir.
speed of the stream is Y. This much things you can read. At least you get half marks instead of 0. Do you have any other questions doubt? Anyone from PT1 question paper?
Sir, in k value we have root 16 equals to
Okay.
k.
Done. Last class we discussed from the quadratic equation chapter, and we introduced the zeros of the quadratic equation, how to find them. I think we already learned splitting the middle term. Then we discussed the relation between zeros and quotient. Is there anyone has doubt in how to compare zeros, relation between zeros and quotient? Is that topic is clear for everyone? Or anyone need revision? No doubt. That's great. Polynomial will start again. Yeah. So I assume that nobody has the doubt from comparing. There will be a 3-mark question, okay? Comparing the relation between zeros and quotients. There will be definitely 1-mark question. Now I'll move to the another type of question. We may not have somebody is joining. Yeah, Ankit, root 16 equals to 4, then k value will be plus or minus 4. That's true, plus or minus 4, but I explained by taking -4 what problem we are getting. So that's why k equals to -4 cannot be the answer. It has to be k equals to +4. Okay, even though k values both exist, but one will not satisfy our requirements. That's why we exclude them. Now, I think I said in 5.2 exercise, 2.2 exercise, I said to complete the question number 1, all you have to do. Now, question number 2, I'll explain 1 or 2 questions. Here it is given, find the quadratic polynomial equation with the given sum and product is given. You have to derive the quadratic equation. In question number 1 is given, quadratic equation is given. You have to find the sum, product, and verify the relation between zeros. And here there is reverse process. Sum and product is given to you, and you have to get back to quadratic equation. Before you go to solve the example, let me solve what is the general form of an equation? A x square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. This is the general form of a quadratic equation which we discussed. Now what you have to do is, in the same equation, let me copy, divide each and every equation with a, every term with a. So that is a upon a plus b upon a into x plus c upon a equals to 0 upon a. So what we have done is, in this equation, each and every term is divided with a. Ax square upon a, bx upon a, and c upon a equals to 0 upon a. Okay. So what do you get here after simplification and all? So you will get here only just x square term, because a and a will get cancelled from the first term. This will be x square plus b upon a into x plus c upon a is equals to 0 upon a will be going to be 0. Okay. So I'll give this as maybe equation number 1, just for understanding purpose. We already know when we define the relation between zeros and coefficients, what we are taken alpha plus beta as, let me insert alpha and beta. Alpha plus beta, we are taking this as minus b upon a. This is what we derive. Second thing, what we derive, alpha into beta, we derive this as c upon a. Okay. Now what I can do is, this alpha plus beta value you are getting as minus b upon a. If I bring this minus sign, if we have minus between the equality, you can put minus on the left side or right side. So what I do here is, I'll bring this minus sign to the LHS. Can we put this one? Minus of alpha plus beta equals to b upon a, and alpha into beta value is c upon a. So what I do here is, in place of b upon a, I'll replace minus alpha plus beta, and in place of c upon a, I'll replace alpha into beta. So here I'll write, from equation 1, what do you get? From equation 1, if I replace the term, I'm going to get it as x square plus, x square, then you will get it as b upon a value is minus alpha plus beta. So I'll put it as minus alpha plus beta into x, and in place of c upon a, I can replace this as alpha into beta. So plus alpha into beta will be equals to 0. So this is our new formula. Okay, where you have sum and product of the roots are given to you. This is the formula. Here alpha plus beta will represent me sum of the zeros, and alpha into beta will represent me product of the zeros. When this is given, alpha plus beta, alpha into beta, both the values are given, just I have to substitute in the equation, then I'll go back to my quadratic equation. And let me take an example. Okay, so let me take from the exercise what example is given. Here, for example, sum and product of its zeros are given. Sum is 1 by 4 and product is minus 1. So sum is 1 by 4 means alpha plus beta value. Alpha plus beta is given as plus 1 by 4 and minus plus 1 by 4. 1 upon 4, this is given. And alpha into beta, product of the root, is given as minus 1. Alpha into beta value is given as minus 1. Let me change the font color. Okay, this is what is given, right? Sum is given, product is given to us, sum of the zeros and product of the zeros is given to us. Now, therefore, required quadratic equation, required polynomial, you can say. Required polynomial is, if you want to copy the formula, you can copy once here. but you practice writing the formula, okay, so that you won't make any mistake. This x square will remain as it is. X square minus, now in place of alpha plus beta I have to put 1 by 4. So in place of 4 plus beta I'll keep it as bracket 1 upon 4. Sorry, I open this bracket. 1 upon 4 into x plus, and in place of alpha into beta I have to put it as minus 1. So it will be minus 1 is equals to 0. If you want to further simplification, this will remain x square as it is. X square minus x upon 4, x upon 4 minus 1 is equals to 0. Okay. Or if you want to simplify further, you may take LCM. LCM is going to be 4. Or if you want, let me insert the equation for here. LCM is going to be 4 is the LCM, and the numerator will get it as 4 x square. Sorry, this is 4x square. Then this will come as minus x, then minus 1, which will be equals to 0. Or if you want further simplification, this 4 you can send it to the right hand side. So 0 into 4 is going to be 0. So final quadratic equation of a polynomial is going to be 4x square minus x minus 1 is equals to 0. Is that clear? Here what they have given is sum of the roots are given to you. Product of the roots is given to a value I substituted as minus 1. Then I convert it into the standard form. Okay. Is this example clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
So you have to find question. No, if they ask in the question particularly prove the relation between zero coefficient, then only I'll go with the relation. Otherwise, no. Okay, root 2 and product is 1 by 3. Yes, sum is 0 and product is root 5. Yes, sum is 1, product is 1. Can anyone give me the answer for fourth question? Sum is 1, product is 1. What will be the equation? Can anyone just type your answer here? Sum is 1 and product is 1. So your answer will be yes, nobody? The sum is given as x square minus x plus 1 perfect equals to 0. Yes. So here 1 into x is x only. So generally we don't keep, yeah, perfectly. All your answers are right. Okay. So like this, you can try this entire question. Now, in the exam, what they generally give to confuse the student is, generally most of the questions what they give is a sum and product, okay, that they give. So but in the exam, whichever the book you see, they give sum and product only. And in exam what they do is they twist the question like product and sum of the zeros. For example, I put minus 2 and 6. Okay, so here product is given first and sum is given. So your product is going to be minus 2 and sum is going to be 6. So what will be your equation is going to be x square minus 6x minus 2. Okay, so that generally they twist the question to confuse the children, okay? Because we are habituated with sum term first, x square minus sum of the root is 6, so it will be 6x plus product of the roots is minus 2, so you'll get minus 2 equals to 0. So generally what student they do is they write x square. So first term is minus 2, so here it will be minus into minus is plus 2x and minus plus 6. They don't see here the sum is given first or product is given first. Okay. So is that difference is clear for everyone? Now I'll come to the another twisting questions, which is these are just students make the mistake while reading a question. Let me type the question here. If the zeros of a polynomial are maybe minus 3 and 5, find its quadratic equation. Okay, this is the question. Find its quadratic. Now read the question. If the zeros of a polynomial are minus 3 and 5, and 5 is missing here, and find its quadratic equation. So here what is given? Zeros are given or sum and product is given? Zeros are given, right? Okay. Minus 3 is 1 0 and 5 is another 0. So if zeros are given, but if I want a quadratic equation, what is my formula? X square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of the zeros equals to 0. So here zeros are given. What I have to do is I have to find the sum first. Sum of zeros equals to, what is the sum of zeros? Minus 3 plus 5, which is equals to 2. Okay. Then you have to find product of zeros, which is equals to minus 3 multiplied with 5, which is equals to minus 15. Is that clear for everyone? So here zeros are given, alpha value and beta value is given to you. So here I got alpha plus beta value as 2, and here I got alpha into beta value as minus 15. Now I'll write the quadratic equation as if you want, let me insert the equation. It's like x square minus bracket sum of the zeros into x plus product of zeros equals to 0. This was my formula. So that implies, so you'll get x square minus sum as, I got sum as 2. So it will be 2x, then plus product. Product what you got? Product value got it as minus 15. So this will become plus into minus will be minus 15 equals to 0. So this will be our final answer. So these are the three types of questions. For 2 marks they'll ask you, or maybe for 1 mark. You have to be very careful while reading the question. In the question they said the given values are sum and product. Then this is the way to solve, directly substitute in the formula. In the question, if they are given product or sum, you have to be careful which order they are giving. And third type of questions is they give the zeros to you, okay, alpha value and beta value. So first you have to find the sum, then you have to find the product, then you have to substitute in the formula. Okay. So is this clear for everyone? Yeah, x square minus. Everyone understood? Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. Nakisha, before class finish, you are joining the class. Yeah, that's good. So in the exercise 2.2. Second question, all are sum and products are given, so there will be no confusion. But I upload a worksheet to you. There you have to read the question properly before you are trying to solve it. Now, next example I will go. Okay. For example, let me take if alpha and beta are zeros of the polynomial. Let me take polynomial as maybe give me some polynomial x square. Maybe let me take 5x plus 6 equals to 0. Okay. These are the zeros of the polynomial. Then find the values of, just I'm giving the one general examples to you. Find the values of, let me insert the equation, equals to, for example, that is not equal sign, 1 upon, this will come 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon beta, 1 upon alpha, 1 upon beta. This value may be, let me put for the second question, like alpha square, where is alpha? Alpha square plus beta square, alpha square plus beta square. This value you have to find. Third question you can find out. Okay, again we are going to use all class 9th formula here. Like instead of alpha square, let me put this is alpha cube and beta cube. So this is the question. So whatever the values you want to find out here, alpha and beta values are required. If I know alpha and beta values, directly I can substitute here alpha and beta values and simplify it. And the question is, what is alpha and what is beta? Alpha and beta are zeros of this polynomial, this quadratic polynomial, x square minus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. So that means if I find the zeros of this polynomial, that is going to be the alpha value and beta value. So this is the quadratic equation is given. So what I do here is I'll skip this step, like use the splitting the middle term, which you already know. So I'll put values directly because I know what is alpha and what is beta. So I'm putting directly alpha value is going to be 2. Okay, so I am skipping the steps of solving the splitting middle term. You can try at home. Alpha value is 2 and beta value is 3. Okay, so what you can do here is, first question I will substitute. You got alpha value is 2 and beta value is 3. So just I have to substitute here. So let me take this equation. Okay, so alpha value is 2. It is going to be 1 upon 2 plus beta value is 3. So it is going to be 1 upon 3. So if I take the LCM here, my LCM is going to be 6. And in the numerator, I'll get 3 plus 2. Okay. So it is going to be 5 upon 6. Done. First question is done. So second question is, you have alpha square plus beta square, for example. Alpha square plus beta square. Here alpha value is 2. So 2 square is 4. Beta value is 3. 3 square is 9. So 3 plus it will be 13. So second question is also done. Now third question is alpha cube plus beta cube. So it is simple. Alpha cube means alpha value is 2. 2 cube is 8 plus beta value is 3. 3 cube is going to be 27. So 28 plus 27 plus 8 is going to be, I think, 35. It's done. Okay. It is very simple. Yes. So this one is solved. So this one is clear for everyone? Yes. Okay. Yeah. It is very easily. Now, let me take the same example and change the question. Thank you. Now, what I do here is, for example, let me put plus 2x, plus 2x and 6. Okay, x square plus 2x plus 6 equals to 0. Then find the same question I'm giving, just I'm changing the equation here. Okay. So why I want to change is, every question you are not able to solve with the same process. Now, yeah. So let me type here solution. Now, can I use the splitting the middle term here, and can I find what is alpha value and beta value? Here, if I want to use the splitting the middle term, the constant term is 6. Here, x square quotient is 1. So I'll get it as 6. 6 into 1 is 6. I have to find the two factors of 6. Okay. What you have to find? Two factors of 6. The sum of the two factors must be 2. Do you have any two factors of 6 whose sum will be 2? Can anyone give me the answer? Is it possible to find the factors of 6? Two factors of 6 whose sum is 6. If anybody knows, you can give me the answer. No, right? So that means I cannot solve this by splitting the middle term. If I cannot solve it by splitting the middle term, that means I cannot get what is exactly alpha value and what is exactly beta value. If I don't know alpha and beta value, then obviously I cannot substitute here. As I substituted in the previous question, alpha value, beta value, I substituted and I got it. When you don't know what is alpha and beta value, that means you cannot simplify this one, which means you cannot solve. No, we still can solve it. What we do is, we approach with a different method. Instead of substituting alpha value and beta value here, so what I do is, before I go here, solving any question, let me insert the equation. I need two values here. One is alpha plus beta value. Alpha plus beta value. What we have, alpha plus beta value formula is minus b upon a. This was the formula, minus b upon a, which is equals to minus, what is b value? In ax square plus bx plus c, b value is going to be 2. B value is going to be 2 upon a value is 1. The coefficient of x square is 1. So which is equals to minus 2. This I already got it. A alpha plus beta value is minus 2. What about alpha into beta value? Alpha into beta value is equals to c upon a. That's what the formula we discussed. What is c value? C value is 6 upon a value is 1. So it is going to be 6. Okay. So alpha plus beta value is minus 2 and alpha into beta value is 6. Okay. So those values are going here. So what you do here is, you take the LCM of these two fractions, 1 upon alpha and 1 upon beta. So can you tell me what will be the LCM? LCM is going to be alpha into beta, the product of two denominators. And what do you get here? This beta will multiply with 1 plus alpha is multiplied with 1. So this is going to be beta plus alpha. Okay. Which is equals to, now numerator we got it as beta plus alpha or alpha plus beta, both are same. So it is going to be minus 2 upon alpha into beta is in the denominator. Alpha into beta value is 6. minus 2 upon 6, which is going to be, if I simplify, minus 1 upon 3. So I got 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta value at minus 1 by 3. Okay, so without knowing the alpha value and beta value, still I able to find alpha 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon beta. Okay, so let me go to the second question. How do you solve the second question? Control V. This is alpha square plus beta square. If you remember the formula, just let me show you how can we write in the known formulas. Everybody knows alpha plus beta whole square formula, a plus b whole square formula. A plus b whole square equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. So from that formula, I'm going to derive this as alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 times of alpha beta. Is this formula is okay? Everybody agree with this formula? This is already you know the formula, but you know in the different way. We studied it as alpha plus beta whole square equals to alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta. So that plus 2 alpha beta, I brought it to the right hand side, so it will become minus 2 alpha beta. Okay, just we are rearranging the terms from the known formula. Now here alpha plus beta value we know. Alpha plus beta value is minus 2. Oh, okay, minus 2 whole square. Can I put directly, or if you let me write one step? It will be minus 2 whole square, right? Then minus 2 into, you have alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta value is going, sorry, alpha into beta, which is going to be 2 into 6. So finally, when I simplify, minus 2 whole square is 4, minus 2 into 6 is 12, 4 minus 12 is minus 8. So we got the answer. Alpha square plus beta square, answer is going to be minus 8. Okay. So now let me go to the third question. So here, any guess which formula we are going to use here? Alpha cube plus beta cube. It is a cubic formula, so obviously I'm going to use cubic only. This is also, you already knew the formula, but just going to rearrange the terms as, let me show you which formula we are using. Alpha plus 7. Oh, thank you. Alpha plus beta whole cube. I think this formula is going to be minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. This is the formula like alpha plus beta whole cube, class 9 formula. Again, I'm saying alpha plus beta whole cube equals to alpha cube plus beta cube plus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. So that plus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta, I'm bringing to the right hand side. So this is another formula. If you want, after this class, open class 9 textbook and see the formula, how it is and how we are replaced. Now in place alpha plus beta, we have minus 2, right? So it is going to be minus 2 whole cube, right? Minus 3 into, if you want, let me put minus 3 into alpha plus beta value, sorry, here it is alpha beta. So alpha beta value is going to be 6. And in the bracket, you have alpha plus beta, which is again minus 2. So finally, you're going to get it as minus 2 cube is minus 8. Then here you have minus sign. Here you have again minus sign. So minus into minus is going to be plus 36 the 18, 18 into 2, 2 18 the 36, which is equals to 36 minus 8. 36 minus 8, I think 28. Okay, so that's what we get it. Alpha cube plus beta cube LUA minus 28. So in this question, I solved this example without knowing what is alpha value and without knowing what is beta value. But in the first example which we discussed, if you know alpha and beta value, just you can substitute it directly. If you don't want to substitute directly, if you want to go by this method also, even if you know alpha and beta value, you can go by this method, no problem. So this question is clear for everyone, this answer explanation. I want everyone should reply. Okay, very good. So like this, we have many